everybody. We are back for week 4, which is April 20th to April 24th. In the event that you need to go back to any of the playlists, don't forget that they are listed at the top of our new playlist. What you should also notice is that we have moved on to Unit 6, which is magnetism. Which is really just an extension of Unit 5. Because what you're going to find is that if you have electricity, electricity is going to induce magnetism, and we have pretty much a conjoined pairing between the two. Now, there is a lot about magnetism that is all its own, but we will see that they do join at some point. So as we go through this week, I do ask you to begin the week by reflecting on electricity. What did you originally think about electricity? What did you learn? All of those directions are going to be in here. I really just want you to think about, okay, well, where did I start with this unit and where am I now? And you're going to be surprised that you have come a long way in your kind of electricity knowledge database. Now, one thing that's going to change for this week is, yes, you will still have the Giancoli readings, but for magnetism, I don't really think you get enough from the reading. So there is a woman named Mrs. Twu, and she is amazing. She has taught every single AP test that there was. There was B, C, I think there was another one that was just electricity and magnetism. She teaches 1, she teaches 2. She taught everything. And the College Board and AP Institutes love her because her videos are very, very, very well done. And she is very much so in line with what you need for an AP exam, AP level, college level. Her videos are very good. And we've kind of like dabbled with them a little bit in AP1. They were there sometimes as optional resources, so you may or may not have seen her videos at this point, but now they are going to be assigned because she's going to be very helpful as we look at this concept of magnetism that can be difficult because, again, kind of like electricity, it's hard to see. There's going to be these right-hand rules that you're going to eventually be like, what am I doing with my hands? So it is a little bit different. I'm sorry, not difficult, but then different conceptually to see, which is why her videos are going to be very helpful. Please do not passively watch these videos. They are not meant for you to like put on in the background and then do something else, which we're all guilty of, but these are not ones that you should do that with. You should very much so be involved with her videos, doing the problems, taking notes from her, because that's really the only way that you're going to kind of dive in to what's happening within this text. So this week, as an overview, you're going to read 8 different sections within chapter 20. You're going to read 4 sections in chapter 21, and you're going to go to Miss Twu's site and look at all of the videos on the 3 different pages. Now, you have all week to do these 3 different things. You will notice that I do give you kind of a pacing guide for each day. But it's really up to you when you want to do these different pieces. You may find that you have nothing to do on Tuesday, and you do a whole bunch on Tuesday, and then you don't do anything on Wednesday. It's really, it's up to you what your schedule looks like. Now, by the end of the week, you will have a presentation that is due. It's called an Ignite presentation, and it's due by midnight on Friday. And on Monday, I give you all of those directions. So Monday is kind of like a big day for directions. But if you look down here, here's where we're going to talk about the Ignite presentation. And pretty much, they're like a TED Talk, but more of like a virtual presentation style TED Talk. So you will get 20 slides. Each of the slides should have different pieces of information that you found to be important from the reading and from the Twu videos. Information that you found important enough that you want to make note of it, you want to talk about it, you want to express it. Like I said, you should have roughly 20 different things. but you don't necessarily have to have 20. You may find that when you talk about force that is a result of a magnetic field, you may need 2 slides for that. But that one single concept shouldn't take 5 slides. If it takes 1 or 2, great. If you really need to go to 3, that's one thing. But no single topic should get like 4 or 5 slides. I should be seeing several different topics discussed. And maybe you talk about an example problem. Maybe something really sparked when this specific problem was talked about. So, really use this Ignite presentation as kind of like your microblogs. What did you find important? But here you're going to very briefly explain the concept. And all of the information you need for the presentation is here. But on Friday, you will be sharing the presentation with me. You will not be uploading it to Google Classroom. But then on Monday, I'm going to be sharing it with your classmates. So everybody's going to be watching these presentations, and hopefully, kind of like with the microblogs, you're picking up on things like, hey, I glanced over that, but I see, I see why you thought this was important, or I also thought this was important. I'm glad we're on the same page with this. So the Ignite presentation is something new, but they're probably going to be presentations that you see a little bit more often as you kind of move forward in your college career, even from the virtual platform, because they're only going to be 5 minutes because you have 20 slides that advance every 15 seconds. So it's very quick pieces of information with presentations that are very well done. Now, one of the things that I will note is that these presentations, although they only take 5 minutes, you will not get this right the first take that you attempt to do it. I think when I did my first one, I probably did it 10 different times because the timing of 15 seconds is like surprisingly difficult at first. And then once you do it a couple times, it's fine. But this is not a presentation that you should do at 11 o'clock Friday night. It should be that you're, working on the presentation throughout the week, and then probably on Friday you're fine tuning you actually presenting that presentation. So that's just kind of my tip before you get started. And that's pretty much going to be your whole week, just making the presentation as you watch and interact with the videos and the reading. And then on Wednesday, since it is Earth Day, I would like physics to take a little bit of a backseat. So one of the things that you probably remember from a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago, at some point a little bit ago, we were supposed to do a day of service where you were going to get with one of your teachers, and you probably signed up for a different day of service. And it was going to be a really, really wonderful day. Unfortunately, due to this, we can't quite do our day of service in full, but that doesn't mean we can't give back to our community. It is still Earth Day, so let's celebrate that. So today, not today, Wednesday, I will be going to a local stream that is in desperate need of a cleanup. There's just trash bags on the trees. There's like a popcorn tin there. There's a lot of things that are in the environment that should not be there. So I'm going to go ahead and using very thick gloves. Please make sure that you have thick gloves for this. Gardening gloves work great. But I'm going to go and I'm going to clean up that area. I'll get a couple trash bags full. But one thing that I do want to note is that you do still need to socially distance. So this is not something where you should be getting with all of your friends and going to a local place. This is something where you work within your family and find an area that you think needs tending to. So this may be part of the Susquehanna, it could be a trail, it could be a stream. Every bag counts. So go out, find somewhere that you could enhance. So make the environment just a little bit better. Let's celebrate Earth Day, let's celebrate Mother Earth, and let's still celebrate that day of service. So I will be posting a picture. You can also do the same. You can send me that picture. And if you have social media, you can use this hashtag. So I think that's about it. That is my challenge to you for Wednesday. Think about somewhere that could use a little bit of tending to, because Mother Nature and Earth Day would really appreciate your help. All right, I think that's all I have for the overview. Let me know if you have any questions throughout the week, and I look forward to talking with you soon.